Your Majesty, I will immediately have this little beggar driven away, so as not to offend your sight.
Little girl, take this silver. Leave quickly.
Thank you, sir.
Brother, I didn't expect you to be so kind to a child.
This is so much. Kind sir, my mother taught me to repay kindness. What is your name? I will work hard to repay you.
My name is Zhao Qian.
Wrong. My precious. I'm useless, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I won't last much longer. Wrong. Take this jade pendant. Go find your father. Remember this. Your father is named Zhao Qian.
Father, father! I finally found you.
Brother, I never would have thought you'd quietly go and have a kid. Father and mother would be overjoyed to know you finally have an heir.
Nonsense. I'm busy with state affairs all day. I haven't even touched a woman. How could I have a child?
Dad, hurry up and come with me to save Mom.
Hey!
You little beggar! Do you even know who this man in front of you is? How dare you call him Dad? I think your blindness is probably fake too, huh?
I'm not lying. Mom said my dad is Zhao Qian.
Forget it. It's just a kid mistaking someone. Let's go.
Dad! Dad! Dad, where are you? Dad! Dad! Dad!
Little girl, you say Zhao Qian is your dad. Do you know him?
No, Mom told me to come find Dad. Mom told me his name is Zhao Qian. This jade pendant was given to me by Mom. She said Dad gave it to her years ago.
This is my brother's dragonfish, Jade. The two dragonfish are never apart. How does this child have one of them? Could it be when he traveled incognito years ago, he had a romance with a commoner girl and fathered this little girl? Otherwise, something so important. Why would His Majesty give it away?
Wanping, what are you dawdling for?
Right away. This dragon jade is a pair. They fit together. Since you're so sure he's your dad, dare you let me take an imprint of it to take back and compare? If you're lying, you'll lose your head.
I dare. I'm not lying.
Wrong. It's all my fault. Making you suffer with me.
Ma, I met Dad today. Dad gave me lots and lots of silver, but Dad doesn't recognize me.
Su Shui, you owe the clinic for medicine. You must pay it all today. Otherwise, we'll throw you out. Su, don't blame me. I'm just following orders. The silver you owe is just too much. Even if I wanted to help you, but this clinic isn't mine to run. The owner's given me strict orders. The debt must be settled today. There's not much I can do. Take this money for now. As for the rest, you'll have to find a way to scrape it together.
Thank you, ma'am. I have silver! Lots and lots of silver!
Wrong. Where did you get all this silver?
Little girl, take this silver. Leave quickly.
Dad gave this to me. But
It's just a kid mistaking someone. Let's go.
Dad doesn't seem to like me. He doesn't want to acknowledge me. But it's okay. With this money, Mother can be cured.
Wrong. This isn't enough. If you don't settle the remaining debt today, you'll have to move out.
Move? We'll move. Ms. Sun, thank you for taking care of us all this time. For letting us stay in this stable. Otherwise, we wouldn't even have a place like this. Ms. Sun, don't worry. The money I owe you and the clinic, I will pay it back.
No! Mother, we can't move! Mother, if you move out and sleep rough, you'll die. I don't want to lose you, Mother.
Wrong. I don't want to die either. But I can't bear to see you suffer.
Please, save Mother! I really don't want to lose Mother!
Wrong. Get up.
The poor mother and daughter, this is all I have. Take it.
The mother is gravely ill, and the little girl is blind. This is all I have too. Take it.
Who knows who Wrong's father is? How could he be so heartless to abandon them? He's not even human.
Ma'am, is this money enough?
Wrong. This money is still not enough.
Then how much more do you need?
We're still short 20 taels of silver.
Ma'am, give me one more day. I'll definitely get the rest.
"20 tells. Wrong. A blind little girl. Where can she get that much silver?"
Maybe I should beg Zhao Tian to take Rong in. I'm as good as dead anyway. I can't drag Rong down with me. But would Zhao Tian even see me again?
Su Shu. Su Ye. Su Shui, what's wrong?
It's nothing. Just got some dust in my eye.
Su Shui, didn't you say you liked the poems I wrote? You even asked me why I'd never written one for you. Look, I poured all my affection into every word and line. A poem written just for you. Let me read it to you. A blue robe in the bustling streets. A hidden dragon's grace. First met by the fading lantern light. Your smile needs no rouge or powder. Your clear eyes drink in. The moon's glow. I once envied the neighbor's hearth smoke.
Zhao Tian, I've had enough of your sentimental, corny poems.
Su Shui, what's wrong?
What I want are hairpins and jade, fine silks and lavish feasts. Not your pathetic, impoverished verses.
Su Shu. If you wanted those things, you should have said so. I would...
Enough. The son of the vice minister has already sent me a betrothal proposal. He's handsome and majestic, rich and powerful. You can't compare to him in any way. Let's not see each other anymore.
Sushi. I have never been so sincere with anyone. You have wounded me deeply.
Zhao Tian, I'm sorry. I couldn't just stand by and watch my parents go to prison. This was the only way I could distance myself from you. Please don't blame me.
This isn't a charity. Go beg somewhere else.
Sir, I'm not here to beg. I'm here to exchange something for money.
You're just a little beggar. What could you possibly have that's valuable? Get out of here. Don't bother my business.
Sir, could you take a look at this piece of jade?
Whoa, this is top-grade jade. You won't find another piece like this in the entire capital.
Really, sir? How much money can I get for this pendant?
This jade pendant is worth a fortune. Little girl, where did you get this jade pendant? Do you have any proof of purchase?
No!
No proof of purchase. Then how can you prove this jade is yours? What if it was stolen?
My father gave this to my mother. It wasn't stolen.
Whether it is or isn't for you to decide. All right, look, I can see you're desperate for money. I'll take this jade pendant for 20 taels of silver. I'm doing you a favor. Go anywhere else and no one would dare to take it.
That's enough. That's enough. Thank you, sir. Now mother can be saved.
What a treasure. Such a rare, peerless gem. I must present it to Her Highness the Imperial Consort. It'll be my ticket to success. I pay my respects to Your Highness.
Rise. I've heard you have a precious jade to present. Present it for my inspection. It is indeed fine jade. Where did you get this jade pendant?
Please calm down, Your Highness. Is there something wrong with this jade pendant?
Your Majesty, you have been traveling incognito, journeying south, for over half a month now. Although the ministers handle court affairs. Perhaps we should return to the palace tomorrow.
If you are tired from sightseeing, you may return on your own. I must wait for someone.
Your Majesty. You dropped your jade pendant. Your Majesty, is this pendant very important?
It is called the dragonfish jade. There are two pieces, one inside the other. It symbolizes a perfect pair, lasting forever.
I wonder if I am fortunate enough.
This pendant, I will only give it to the woman I love most.
How much is this?
Miss Su Shui, wait for me.
This is His Majesty's dragonfish jade.
What? It's over. All is lost. I thought I got a great bargain, but now I'll lose my head. Your Highness, save me.
His Majesty treasures this jade pendant dearly. He never parts with it. How did you come by it?
Your Highness, a blind little beggar girl just came to the shop to pawn this jade. Seeing she was easy to bully, I bought it for 20 taels of silver. That's how I got it.
A little beggar girl?
Yes, just a little beggar. I knew it. A filthy beggar couldn't possibly own something so valuable. She must have stolen it.
How dare she? Stealing from the royal family. Investigate this immediately. Find that little beggar. I will interrogate her myself and find out. How did she steal it?
Yes.
My maternal family's nephew welcomed another baby boy today. 7 Jin, 6 Liang, a real charmer. The whole family is celebrating.
Chen Liu has sent an envoy with joyous news. In the 3rd year of Chuping, your sister, who married there, gave birth recently. She asked me to bestow a name. Come to think of it, this makes him my 15th grandson.
How did I give birth to such a blockhead?
Mother. Have I displeased you in some way?
Brother, Mother is upset with you for avoiding the inner palace, delaying her chance to hold a grandson.
With 3,000 beauties in the harem, you don't fancy a single one. Finally, you took a liking to Su Shui, yet you didn't know how to cherish her.
Had you treated her sincerely, Su Shui would be empress by now. My grandkids could be keeping me company fishing in the rear gardens.
Father, Mother. Between Su Shui and me, it's not what you think. It's complicated, hard to explain. After all these years, why does my heart still flutter? At the sound of her name?
Alas, if you'd had heirs sooner, outsiders wouldn't gossip about our royal line having no heir. Your mother and I could enjoy our golden years. You.
State affairs keep me busy. I have no time to spare. If you want a grandchild, go bother Wanping.
Such an important matter cannot be left to your sister.
Chan, do you truly wish to anger me to death? Is that your aim?
Father, Mother, please calm your anger. Who knows? You might actually have a granddaughter out there somewhere.
Wanping, what do you mean? Tell us more.
Oh, Mother. Don't listen to Wanping's nonsense.
Brother, have you forgotten? That little beggar we met outside the execution grounds this morning?
Dad! I finally found you!
I don't know where this little beggar came from. She's just trying to scam us, and you're taking her seriously? This is absurd.
I'm not being absurd. Our Imperial family has a hereditary eye condition. You and Father both received careful treatment from the Imperial physicians before fully recovering. That little beggar happens to be blind.
So anyone with an eye condition is my child? Your criteria for judgment is far too childish, isn't it?
Brother, then how do you explain this?
This, Wanping. Why are you showing us a rouge box?
Oh.
Hey. This ink impression looks somewhat familiar.
I took this from the jade pendant that little beggar carried with her. The pattern and style are exactly the same as Brother's dragonfish jade. Moreover, this dragonfish jade was only crafted as a pair, and only the royal family knows about it.
Hey. Now that you mention it, it really does look similar.
Alas, back then, when I ordered the craftsman to carve it, I specifically instructed to engrave the character for 1 on the dragonfish's eye, symbolizing the unification of the realm. Hey, look, there really is a 1 on this ink impression.
Father, Mother. Wanping is being ridiculous, and you're joining in? I've always kept my distance from women. Since returning from my last southern tour, I haven't even left the Imperial City. How could I possibly have a daughter?
Brother, the rubbing is right here. If you don't believe it, take yours out for comparison. If they match perfectly, then it proves this dragonfish jade is real, and wrong is your daughter.
Fine, let's compare them.
Brother, wrong is your daughter.
That's wonderful. After all these years, I finally have a granddaughter.
Indeed. I have held grandsons for so long, and now I can finally hold my own flesh and blood granddaughter.
Congratulations, Your Majesty.
On finding the princess.
May she bring prosperity to the Empire.
How is this possible? Could it be her?
Chief Steward Cao, give the order. Mobilize all the Imperial Guard's covert agents. Spare no expense, find wrong, and bring the princess back to court.
Yes.
This is something I prepared long ago for the future princess. A gold and jade thumb ring. I wonder if it's enough.
Father, this gold and jade thumb ring symbolizes ruling heaven and earth, commanding all directions. Wrong is a girl. It's not suitable.
What's wrong with her being a girl? As long as she's my grandchild, I'm willing to give her everything I have.
A single thumb ring is nowhere near enough. Wrong has been away for years. I must repay her for all she's missed 10-fold, 100-fold.
Yes, exactly. From now on, the royal family will be Wrong's greatest support.
Wrong.
Mom, I have paid back all the money we owed to the clinic. They won't kick us out now.
My wrong has grown up. Just like a little adult.
Wrong. There's a carriage parked in front of the clinic. Guarded by escorts, they say they're here for you.
It's Dad. Dad's here? Mom, Dad's here. I'll bring Dad to see you.
After all these years, he...
Dad! Dad! Dad!
So this is the little beggar you mentioned?
Yes, that's her. I will bring her over at once.
Little girl. Is this the jade pendant you sold?
Yes, did Dad send you? Where's Dad?
Just tell me how you came by this pendant, and I'll tell you where your dad is.
Dad gave this to Mom.
Oh? Then who is your mother?
My mother's name is Su Shui.
So you're that woman's child. Speak. Where did you steal this pendant?
Father gave this to Mother. I didn't steal it.
You're a blind beggar. How could you possibly have the Imperial Jade pendant? And you still say you didn't steal it?
Father gave this to Mother. I really didn't steal it.
Still lying? This is clearly His Majesty's Imperial Jade pendant. You say your father gave it to you? Don't tell me. Your father is the Emperor?
I don't know what an emperor is. I only know Father's name is Zhao Qian.
How dare you! You dare to utter His Majesty's name! Slap her!
Yes!
I don't know what an emperor is. I only know Father's name is Zhao Qian.
Ha! What a performance! If I didn't know your background, I might have actually believed you. Su Shui, His Majesty cut ties with you long ago. You had a child with some scoundrel, and now you dare. To impersonate a princess?
I'm not lying. Mother said Zhao Qian is my father.
If you keep spouting nonsense, I'll tear your mouth apart. Confess everything in detail. When and where did you, and by what means, steal His Majesty's jade pendant? Speak.
I didn't steal it. I really didn't steal it.
Your Highness, this kind of brat is the most shameless. Without using some methods, she won't confess.
You're right. Teach her a lesson.
Guards.
Dad! Dad!
Father, Mother, why not just send the Imperial Guard to bring Rong back? Why go yourselves? Isn't that a bit too much?
Rung is the apple of my eye. What's wrong with making a fuss?
Exactly. From now on, Rong will be the light of my life. You and your brother will have to take a back seat.
Your Majesty, Your Highness, wrong has been found.
Lead the way. I will make up for all the hardship Rong has endured these years.
As for everyone who ever bullied Rong, I will not let a single one of them get away with it. They will pay the price.
Speak up. Where did you steal this jade pendant from?
I really didn't steal it. Even though I'm poor, Mother always told me to always be a good person. I don't steal or rob. When I'm hungry, I dig for wild vegetables to eat. When I'm cold, I pick up discarded clothes to wear. I really didn't steal it. This jade pendant was truly given by Father to Mother.
Still playing tough, huh? Keep going. Make it longer this time. Little brat. Today will be your end.
Dad! Dad!
What are you doing? What are you doing? Wrong. Wrong. Wake up! Wrong! Wrong. Wrong. Wrong.
Your Majesty, how did you know I left the palace? Did you come here specifically to fetch me?
Consort Chen, Look what you've done.
Your Majesty, this little beggar stole your imperial jade fish and she refuses to admit it. So I took it upon myself to teach her a lesson.
Took it upon yourself to teach her a lesson for me? How thoughtful of you.
Thank you for your praise, Your Majesty. It is merely my duty to do what I should.
Consort Chen. If anything happens to Wrong, you'll be the first one I come for. And the rest of you, get ready to meet your end. Where is the Imperial Physician? Fetch the Physician now.
Summon the physician at 1. 1.
Your Majesty, she's just a filthy little thief, and she stole your treasure. Why are you so concerned?
The inner palace is heavily guarded. Wrong is just a child. How could she have stolen from the palace?
How could you lay hands on a child with such brutality? Your heart is more venomous than a viper's. Oh my.
Wanping, what's going on here?
Consort Chen, you don't know, do you? This little beggar you speak of is the Emperor's only daughter.
What?
How could this be? Could what she said be true? Your Majesty, I truly didn't know she was the princess. I thought she was just a thieving little beggar. Kneel. Have mercy, Your Majesty.
If anything happens to Wrong, I will have your entire clans executed.
Where are the Imperial Physicians? Why aren't they here yet?
Your Majesty, the journey from here to the palace is long. Even if the physicians ride at full speed, it will take at least the time it takes for an incense stick to burn.
No. Wrong can't wait that long. This is a clinic. Saving Wrong's life comes first.
Right. What are you standing around for? Help out!
Stop, all of you. Kneel here. Kneel until you die. Oh, my dear granddaughter. If anything happens to you, how will I go on living?
This is wrong.
Alas. Your Majesty, I used acupuncture to drain the fluid from the princess's lungs. Her life is saved. But
what?
The princess is too young. She was underwater for too long. It has impaired her consciousness. Her gallbladder meridian is blocked. Her governing vessel is damaged. From now on, the princess may never wake up.
Doctor, I command you, you must save Wrong. If you can save Wrong, I will reward you handsomely.
Alas, Your Majesty. Please forgive my incompetence. Being able to save the princess's life is already a miracle. The princess's condition can only be treated by the legendary healer, Sun Miao.
You may rise. Send out the order. Mobilize the Imperial Guards and all our covert agents. Find that healer.
Yes.
Don't worry, Wrong. I will spare no expense. I will make sure you wake up.
It's been so long. Why isn't Wrong back yet? I'll go check. Sultan, you still haven't forgiven me, have you? I don't blame you. This is what I deserve. As long as Wrong doesn't have to suffer with me anymore, I'll be content.
Hey, you're awake.
Sir, who are you? Why do you know me?
You can see now? That's great.
Congratulations, Your Majesty. We rejoice for you, Your Majesty. Heaven blesses Daxia. Princess Wrong is finally awake.
Manager Cow, quick, go get father and mother and bring Wanping over. Tell them Wrong is awake.
Yes.
Wrong's awake. Let me see her.
Father, mother, Wrong's awake.
Wrong. My dear granddaughter, this past month I've been so worried.
Oh, come on. What are you crying for? Wrong is perfectly fine, isn't she? Wrong. Do you know me? I'm your grandfather.
I'm your grandmother, Wrong.
This? What's wrong with Wrong?
She just woke up. She even forgot me. Wrong. I'm your father, the Emperor of Daxia. You're the eldest princess of Daxia.
Father, you're the Emperor of Daxia. I am the eldest princess of Daxia. I'll remember that.
Wrong. Then do you remember who Su Shui is?
Guys. Father, I don't know Su Shui.
Looks like Wrong has lost her memory. She doesn't even recognize her own mother.
Wrong's mother.
Zhou, I've had enough of your pretentious poetry. The son of the vice minister. He's handsome and gallant, wealthy and powerful. You can't compare to him in any way. Let's not see each other anymore.
Wrong. Remember this. You only have your father, your aunt, your grandmother, your grandfather. You have no mother. Do you understand?
I understand. I have no mother.
Cheyenne, they've been through a lot all these years. How could you treat her like this?
Cheyenne, a child cannot be without a mother. You must find Su Shui and bring her back.
Consort Chen requests an audience outside the hall. Your Majesty, Consort Chen requests an audience outside the hall.
What does she want?
Your Majesty, Consort Chen says if she is not received, she will kneel there indefinitely.
Then let her kneel. Until she dies.
Father, why must she kneel to death? I don't want anyone to die.
Cheyenne, Wrong is still young. Don't frighten her. Let Consort Chen enter. Let her come in and kowtow to beg Wrong for forgiveness.
Let her enter.
Announce Consort Chen is granted an audience.
Your Majesty, I know I have committed a grave sin. For this past month, I have fasted and prayed every day, burning incense and praying for Wrong, hoping only that she would awaken soon. Your Majesty, I have come today to beg Wrong's forgiveness.
You caused Wrong to lie unconscious for a month. And you dare show your face?
Your Majesty, I truly did not know she was your child. If I had known, I would have cherished Wrong and held her in the palm of my hand. How could I possibly have harmed her?
Even if she weren't my child, you shouldn't have been so vicious. With a heart as venomous as yours, how could I possibly keep you? Chief Steward Kaio. Effective immediately, Consort Chen is to be confined to the Cold Palace.
Yes.
Wrong. I know I was wrong. Please forgive me. Wrong. I know my wrong. Please forgive me.
Sister, get up. I forgive you.
Wrong is such a good child. I bought this especially for you. If you like it, I'll buy it for you every day from now on.
Chen, don't think just because Wrong forgave you, you're innocent.
Wrong. We don't want it. From now on, if you want anything, tell me I will buy it for you. Let's go.
Your Majesty, your humble servant truly knows she was wrong. I came today to make it up to Wrong.
You caused Wrong to lose her memory. She doesn't even remember who her own mother is. She's lost all that. How can you possibly make up for it? Out of respect for your maternal family, I won't banish you to the Cold Palace. But if you ever take one step near Wrong again, I will show you no mercy.
So the little one lost her memory. The sky and earth are overturned. The rivers flow backwards. The dragon throne lies empty. The commoners hold the golden vessel. Who would have thought the renowned Master Su harbors such treasonous ambitions?
You're lying. My father would never write such a poem.
This poem was found among the letters your father sent and received, and this kind of seditious verse isn't the only one. I've compared the handwriting. It's definitely your father's. The evidence is right here. How dare you deny it?
Chinsin, what do you really want?
Nothing much. Zhao Qian likes you. I can't stand it. I just want you to leave him.
Zhao Qian and I are in love. Why should I leave him?
I come from a noble family. My ancestors were all chancellors. My grandfather served 3 dynasties. Only I am worthy of his true heart. And you? What makes you think you can compete with me? Remember this. I want Zhao Qian to hate you forever. Otherwise, I'll hand all this evidence over to the magistrate. Your entire Su family will be executed. I'll only count to 3. After 3, I report it immediately. 3. 2.
I agree. I'll leave Zhao Qian. And make him hate me forever.
That's right. That's the attitude a commoner should have. I just had someone forge the seditious poems, and she believed it. Su Yu is such a treasure. As long as Rong accepts me as her mother, the mother's status rises with the daughters. Not only will the Empress's position be mine, but His Majesty's heart will also be mine eventually. Su Xie, I should actually thank you for giving me such a perfect opportunity.
Take it. Don't let me catch you.
Rung, are you tired? Come here. This is the peach blossom pastry I had the Imperial Kitchen make for you. Have some.
Thank you, Grandmother. It's really delicious. Rongrong likes it.
You sure know how to sweet talk. If you like it, Grandmother will have the Imperial chefs make it for you every day, okay?
Ha ha ha. Rongrong, look. This is a doll I had the palace craftsman work through the night to make for you. Do you like it?
Wow, this is so pretty. Thank you, Grandfather.
Father, Mother, if you spoil her like this, you'll spoil her rotten.
Oh, she's just a child.
Rongrong, do you like grandfather and grandmother, or do you like father more?
I like Grandfather and Grandmother.
Oh, so you don't like your father then?
That's not true. Rongrong likes Father too. It's just that if it weren't for Grandfather and Grandmother, Rongrong wouldn't have gotten to meet Father.
Ha ha ha.
Oh, our little Rongrong really knows how to talk.
Ha ha, this clever little imp. Oh, after all these years, Rongrong, our phoenix, has finally returned to its nest. I intend to host an unprecedentedly grand recognition banquet. We'll invite all of the officials and announce to them that the great Xia has an heir.
Father is right. Rongrong deserves this recognition banquet. I will immediately order the Ministry of Revenue and the Ministry of Rights to begin preparations.
Good. It's settled. Then, in 3 days, we'll feast all the officials. Yeah.
Rongrong. Rongrong, I brought a new gift to see you. Rongrong, I brought a new gift to see you.
Chen, I've told you, if you take one more step near Rongrong, I will not be lenient. You've paid no heed to my words. Guards, take her away and give her 30 lashes.
Your Majesty, does one mistake mean I can never earn your forgiveness.
Someone like you doesn't deserve forgiveness.
Wrong, Grong. Don't tell me you won't forgive me either. Wrong, Grong. I knew it. You'd forgive me, Wrong, Grong. Come here. See what delicious treats I brought you. Wrong, Grong. Do you want to go out and play with your big sister?
Father, I and Sister Chen are going out to play.
Let's go. Let's go check that out.
Okay.
Ah, well, let her go.
It seems from now on, we must have Rongrong spend less time with that woman.
Come here, Wrong, Grong. Wrong, Grong. Let me ask you something. Do you dislike me? Then do you like me? Wrong, Grong. They all have mothers. Would you like to have a mother?
Yes. But Father says Rongrong doesn't have a mother.
Who says you don't? From now on, Wrong, Grong, I will be your mother. You can call me Mother Consort.
No, you're not my mother.
Little wretch, you're a tough one to fool. Oh well. There's plenty of time anyway. I refuse to believe I can't win over little wretch.
So, are you settling in okay here?
Sister Sun, please thank shopkeeper Wang for me. Luckily, he was kind enough to help. Otherwise, I'd still be living in the stables.
Sigh. I never would have thought that after Rongrong went with his father, he wouldn't visit you even once. Hey, his father seems to be a big shot, right? Ha, it's true what they say. Out of sight, out of mind.
Don't say that. Rather than have Rongrong suffer with me, staying with his father is the best choice for him. Sister Sun, there's something I need to tell you.
Go ahead.
My illness. I don't want to treat it anymore. I want to go out and see the world. Well, my mind is still clear.
No, absolutely not. You're so seriously ill. Only staying at the clinic can keep you alive. If you leave, you won't last 3 months.
Sister Sun, I know my own condition better than anyone. Staying at the clinic is just a slow, drawn-out wait. I just can't bear to keep taking advantage of you and shopkeeper Wang any longer. My only concern is Rongrong. Now, Rongrong has found a good home. I have no regrets left. I don't want to die alone in this clinic. Sister Sun, I'm begging you, please.
All right.
Sister Sun, don't worry. The money I owe the clinic and you, I will definitely pay it back. Rongrong, are you doing well now?
The phoenix returns to its nest, bringing joy to all of Great Xia. Your Majesty has found the long-lost eldest princess, Rongrong.
My daughter is also named Rongrong. If my daughter were the eldest princess, she would be able to live a happy and carefree life. She'd never have to suffer again, right?
His Majesty has decided to hold a recognition banquet for the eldest princess, inviting all officials. Because it's a grand feast, the court is short-handed. Temporary palace maids are being recruited, 300 of them. The pay is 5 taels of silver per day.
I still need to repay the clinic. Becoming a palace maid is my best option.
Go rest in the storage room for now. The adults will be arriving soon. We'll have our hands full.
Thank you.
Puppy!
Wrong. You're the star of the show today. Don't run off, Wrong. Wretch. You're wearing me out. When I find you, I'm going to give you a good beating. Wrong.
I already made up my mind. To let Rongrong live with Zhao. Why am I still so reluctant now? What's wrong with me? I wonder if your father and the others are treating you well. If you're eating enough. I miss you so much. There's so much I want to tell you. But I can't. If I could just see you one more time, I could die without regrets. As long as I know you're living a happy and joyful life, even if it's just a glimpse from afar. Heavens above. I only ask that before I die. I can see Rongrong one last time.
The officials have all arrived. All of you, be on your toes.
Puppy. Over here.
Rongrong. Your eyes are healed.
The royal physician cured Rongrong. Miss, do you know Rongrong?
Miss. What did you just call me?
Miss. Miss, why are you crying?
I once had a daughter. A long time ago. She was sweet and obedient, just like you. But I lost her.
Please don't cry, miss. Rongrong believes you will find her again.
Wrong, where are you? The banquet is about to start.
Coming. Let's go.
Who were you talking to just now?
A palace maid. She lost her child. I was comforting her.
Hey, you are His Majesty's Imperial daughter, the first Princess of Daxia. Stay away from commoners like that next time. Don't let them taint you.
So Rongrong is the first princess of Daxia. Then Zhao Tian must be the emperor. I actually broke the emperor's heart. No wonder he won't forgive me. I'm not worthy of His Majesty's love. But if Rongrong can grow up in the royal family, I can die without regrets.
The day is the grandest day in Daxia, the most joyous occasion. Everyone's running around like crazy, completely swamped. How dare you hide here and slack off? Get to the main hall and attend to your duties.
Yes.
Listen here. The guest of honor at today's banquet is His Majesty the Emperor's one and only daughter, the Grand Princess of Daxia, Princess Rongrong. If you dare show any disrespect, 10 of your heads won't be enough to save your neck.
Don't worry, sir. How could I possibly disrespect Rongrong? I'm on my way.
What nerve. Calling her so intimately, anyone would think you were her mother.
The phoenix returns to its nest, and the whole world celebrates. May heaven bless the princess with eternal health and fortune.
May heaven bless the princess with eternal health and fortune.
You may all rise.
The Grand Princess is truly radiant. She was a beauty, even as a child. Her mother must have been a beauty beyond compare, a peerless vision. The most stunning woman in the world. Haha.
Your Majesty, why haven't we seen Princess Rongrong's mother? She is destined to be the mother of the nation.
Father, where is my mother?
Rongrong has no mother.
All these years, your hatred for me hasn't diminished one bit. It's not your fault. I brought this on myself.
You idiot. You can't even handle such a simple task? Who hired you? If you anger His Majesty, even I could lose my head. Get in there and serve them.
Hurry up.
Yes.
Is it good?
Oh, are you blind? My official robe is not for you to touch.
I'm sorry.
On such a joyous occasion, please calm down, sir. Apologize to the official at once.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm so sorry.
Forget it. What bad luck.
Thank the official. Soiling an official's robe is something you could never repay.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on?
A careless palace maid spilled some wine. On this joyous day, please pay it no mind.
Who is she?
Your Majesty. Your Majesty, you haven't given your speech yet. Where are you going?
Hey, where do you think you're going? You cause trouble and then try to run away? Don't let me catch you.
Silence. Kneel. Slap her face 20 times.
Yes.
Your Majesty, what's going on? What's so urgent?
What could be more important than Rongrong? What could make your Majesty abandon Rongrong to chase after it?
Who is that palace maid? I think Tien Air seems to care about her a lot.
I don't know. Wanping, do you know?
Could that palace maid be Su Shui?
Su Yun. Su Ashi. Su Shui, I know it's you. Since you're here, why don't you show yourself? Su Shui. Sushi. Sushi.
Your Majesty, did you summon your servant for something?
You may leave.
Yes.
I ask you, was that person just now named Su Shui?
This servant does not know. She never mentioned her own name.
Then, among those you recruited today, was there anyone named Su Shui? Think carefully.
The palace's temporary recruitment of maids today was strictly checked. There truly was none. The person you are looking for...
Could I have mistaken her for someone else? Why do I still care about that woman who broke my heart?
Channer, who has you in such a hurry?
It's nothing. I mistook you for someone else. Let's continue. We mustn't neglect our little princess.
Su Shu, you really are haunting. You two broke up so long ago, yet His Majesty still cares for you so much. No, I need to come up with a plan to ensure Rongrong can never be reunited with Su Shui.
It's me.
You scared me to death. From now on, I'm cutting all ties with you. I'm destined to be the Empress.
The throne changes hands. Maybe it'll be my turn tomorrow.
I'm warning you. If you ever dare to say such things again, you'll never see me again.
Fine, I won't say it, so what do you want?
Same as usual. Help me kill someone. Same price.
Su Shui. Wasn't it you who framed her father, accusing him of writing treasonous poems, forcing her to break up with his majesty? And then you had the magistrate harass them endlessly, driving Su Shui's parents to their deaths, leaving her destitute and wandering? What? Now you want to silence her for good?
After they broke up, she secretly got pregnant with Zhao Qian's child. With that little treasure around, it's hard for Zhao Qian not to love the mother for the child's sake. His old feelings for Su Shui might rekindle. So I need Su Shui to disappear completely. A permanent solution.
3 days. In 3 days, there will no longer be anyone named Su Shui in this world.
No, I can't wait a single day. I want to see Su Shui dead by tomorrow.
Fine. Then shouldn't you pay a deposit?
Susha, if you must blame someone, blame yourself for giving birth to that wretch Rongrong.
Su issue. A smile needs no rouge to adorn, clear eyes enchant the moon. Forlorn.
Zhaokan, I'm sick of these insipid poems you write. I want hairpins and jade, fine clothes and feasts. Not your pathetic, impoverished verses.
Sushi. Why was she crying? Since she thinks I'm utterly worthless, only capable of writing poor man's poetry, then why was she crying? Eunuch Cao, I command you to investigate how Su Shui has been living since I returned to the south. Right now. Go immediately.
Yes.
Sujie. Back then, what was the secret you couldn't tell?
Your Majesty, I've fully investigated what happened back then. It's all clear now. Su Shui truly was in a difficult situation. She had no choice but to break up with you.
What? How is that possible?
Back then, someone discovered that Su Shui's father had written a seditious poem. They used this as leverage to force Miss Su to say those harsh words to you.
What?
Your Majesty, your servant has now confirmed it was all a frame-up. Not only did Miss Su's father never write any seditious poem, he also served the court by educating many scholars for the imperial exams. His disciples are spread throughout Great Xia.
What Su Shui said about the assistant minister's son, was that also false?
The assistant minister's son did indeed go to the Su family to propose marriage, but Su Shui didn't even let him through the door.
So that's how it was. Then all the hatred I've harbored all these years, what was it for?
Your Majesty, ever since you returned from the southern tour, the local magistrate harassed the Su family in every possible way. He drove Su Shui's father to his death. Su Shui's mother also fell ill from depression and passed away not long after. Your Majesty, your servant believes Su Shui truly believed the seditious poem accusation was real. She feared implicating you. That's why she drove you away like that, to send you away.
Men at their birth are naturally good. Their natures are similar, but their habits become different. If not properly taught, their nature will deteriorate. The right way to teach is with absolute focus. Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face?
It's nothing. I just want to keep looking at you.
Sushi. I will make sure you live a life of luxury. I'll make every woman in the world envy you.
I don't want any luxury. If you don't pass the Imperial exams, you can take over my father's academy. We'll have a daughter then, and we'll name her Rongrong. You'll teach students, and I'll take care of our home.
So all these years, I was the one who was wrong. Su Shui, I'm sorry.
8 years ago, after Su Shui gave birth to Rongrong, she fell gravely ill. She moved from place to place and finally settled in a stable behind a clinic at the foot of the capital.
The capital? You're saying Su Shui is in the capital? Dispatch all Imperial guards immediately. Search every house. We must find her.
Your Majesty, we've found her, but...
But what?
But Miss Su, she's been gravely ill for years. I'm afraid she doesn't have much time left.
I won't allow it. Even if the King of Hell wants her, I'll storm the underworld and bring her back. Send all Imperial guards. No, I'll go myself to bring the Empress of Daxia back to the palace.
Rongrong. I miss you so much. Rongrong. I really miss you. What do you want? I don't have any money.
We don't want money. Someone paid to have you killed.
You want my life? I never thought my life would be so valuable. Come on, then. Anyway, I have nothing left to live for.
Hey. You don't want to live anymore? But what about your child?
What do you mean? Where is Rongrong?
Don't rush. You don't even want to live.
What are you implying? Tell me. Where exactly is Rongrong?
You want to know that badly? Fine. Kneel down and kowtow 3 times to me. Then I'll tell you.
What are you doing? Why haven't you done it yet?
What's the rush? The consort said to make her suffer as much as possible. Before she dies. Hurry up and kneel to kowtow.
Fine, I'll kowtow.
Your Rongrong is about to acknowledge the consort as her mother. Ha 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 ha!
Chensin, you've already destroyed my family. Why do you have to take away my daughter?
These words you can ask in the underworld.
Chenshin, I won't let you off even as a ghost.
Stop. Stop.
It's the Emperor. What's he doing here?
Zhao, it's dangerous here. You need to leave.
Su Ashe, I'll protect you. You'll be all right. Imperial guards. Seize these 2, interrogate them thoroughly. Find out who's behind this.
You didn't tell me? She's the Emperor's woman?
Where do you think you're going?
Let me see if you're hurt.
I'm fine. Zhao. Your Majesty, please go. This is my fault.
Sushi. About your parents being falsely accused, I already know. All I want to ask you now is, back then, why did you leave me? Don't worry, I will protect you. Tell me.
Because...
Suja. Sushi. This time, I will definitely keep you safe.
So, is Su Shui taken care of?
No. I was just about to make my move when Zhao Qian suddenly barged in.
What?
I was afraid of being exposed, so I took a punch from the chief eunuch. And barely managed to escape.
You useless fool. You can't even handle a simple task. What good are you to me?
I almost lost my life this time. Is this how you repay me? I saw Zhao Qian carrying Su Shui onto a carriage. They're probably heading to the palace to find an imperial physician. If Su Shui wakes up, you're a dead man.
What should I do? You have to save me. You must kill Su Shui.
I lost half my life just to escape. You're on your own now.
Su Shui is still alive. The truth about how I forced her to break up back then will definitely come out. What should I do?
Sis! Sis, where did you go just now? I've been looking for you for a long time.
Wrong. How about we play a game later?
Okay.
You do whatever I say. If you do well, Sis will give you a reward.
My dear Zhao, you must still hate me. Don't worry. I will disappear from your world without a trace.
Sushi. How much longer will you hide from me?
Zhao, let go of me.
I've already lost you once. I won't lose you a second time.
Zhao. What is it? Let's sit down and talk.
All these years, how have you been?
A woman with a child. How do you think I've been?
Then why didn't you come find me?
The world is vast. How could I have found you? And besides, back then when we parted, I was the one who wronged you. I hurt you too deeply. I had no face to look for you.
Back then, why did you leave me? Your parents' wrongful accusations. I could have helped clear their names.
Back then?
Your Majesty. I heard Rongrong's birth mother has been found. How is she now?
Chen Xin.
Su Shi, you are Rongrong's birth mother. Rongrong, look. This is your mother. Go on.
Rongrong, do you remember your mother?
No, I don't want you to hold me! You're a bad mother!
Rongrong, what are you saying?
You're a bad mom! You're just a bad mom! Rongrong hates you!
Rongrong, how can you speak like that? Sukshui is your birth mother. Apologize to her right now.
Rongrong isn't wrong! She's a bad mom!
Your Majesty, Rongrong is a good child. Perhaps we should ask what happened. Rongrong, why do you call her a bad mom? Was she not good to you?
Yeah, she made me beg for food, and she wouldn't even feed me. She dressed herself in fine clothes, but only gave me rags full of patches.
Sushui, is this how you mistreated Rongrong?
I didn't. You're flesh of my flesh, a part of me. How could I possibly mistreat you? Rongrong. Why would you say such things about your mother? Mother did let you go through some hard times, but Mother truly loves you. Why would you say that about Mother?
I'll take you to the palace to play a game of house. Someone in the palace will play the role of your mother. But she'll be a bad mother. Your job is to expose her. Got it?
You liar! You're a big liar! Father, don't believe her! She's a bad mom!
Sushu, you are Rongrong's birth mother. How could you treat her like this? If I were Rongrong's real mother, I would never let her suffer such injustice.
I didn't.
Enough, Sushu. You have truly disappointed me. Do not see her again. Rongrong, let's go.
Your Majesty, Your Highness, I've come to change Miss Sue's dressing.
Sister, is this uncle gonna play house with us too?
Rongrong, what's this about playing house? Don't talk nonsense. Your Majesty, let's go. Aren't you in a hurry to meet the envoy from Fusang? Let's go.
Wait a moment. Rongrong, what you just said about playing house, what's going on?
Your Majesty, children say the darndest things. What a child says can't be taken seriously.
Hey, I'm asking her. I'm not asking you.
Rongrong. Wait. I'll take you to the palace to play a game of house. Someone in the palace will play your mother. But she's a bad mother. What you have to do is expose her. Got it?
Father, just now Consort Chen said she wanted to play house with Rongrong. She also said someone would play Rongrong's bad mother. And have Rongrong expose her in front of you.
Consort Chen. This was your doing.
Your Majesty, I didn't. Rongrong, don't you dare lie.
Lie? But sister, didn't you say I'd get a reward if I did well? Where's my reward?
Consort Chen, how do you explain this?
Your Majesty, I was afraid you would rekindle your old flame with Su Shui. That's why I resorted to this. Ultimately, I was just too afraid of losing you, Your Majesty.
Rekindle an old flame. Could it be that the one who forced Su Shui back then was her, Consort Chen? Su Shui. Back then, the one who forced us to break up? Was it Consort Chen?
I come from a noble family. My ancestors served as chancellors for generations. My grandfather was a senior statesman who served 3 emperors. How dare you!
Su Yi, don't worry. As long as I'm here, I won't let anyone bully you and Rongrong. Tell the truth. Was it her who forced us to break up?
Yes.
Sushu, you wretch. You're slandering me.
Consort Chen back then forged a seditious poem and framed my father for it. It was her who forced me to break up with you.
Get away from me!
Your Majesty, your servant grew up with you since childhood. You know my character better than anyone. I would never do such a thing. Su Shui is an outsider, and a commoner from the streets no less. She loves to stir up trouble. Your Majesty, you have to believe me.
You're the outsider.
Your Majesty, what do you mean?
Eunuch Cao has long found evidence of how you framed Su Shui's parents back then. Because of you, Su Shui and I were torn apart. Because of you, I misunderstood Su Shui for 8 years. Because of you, her family was destroyed. She was left in poverty, raising Rongrong alone for 8 years. Chen. Chen Xin, your evidence of guilt has already been handed over to the capital magistrate. Prepare to be drawn and quartered. Guards, take her to the Imperial Dungeon.
Your Majesty, I was wrong. I beg you, please spare me.
It's not me you should be apologizing to.
Su Shu, we've met and known each other. That counts as fate. Please beg His Majesty, ask him to spare me.
Consort Chen. You slandered my parents. You caused them to die of sorrow. You destroyed my family. And now you have the nerve to beg me for mercy? Chensin, I will never forgive you.
Cao Can. Back then, my Chen family mobilized the entire clan to put you on the throne. And now for the sake of one Su Shui, you want to have me executed?
You fabricated evidence, falsely accused others, leading to their deaths. And you harmed Rongrong. With all these crimes combined, sentencing you to death is already lenient.
Zhao Tian, don't forget. Most of the officials in court are my father's protégés. Not to mention, my father still holds 300,000 troops in his hands. If you want to remain emperor, you still need my Chen family. If I die, my father will not let this go. Then you can just wait to be impeached and forced to abdicate.
For Su Shui's sake, I would rather not be this emperor. Guards, take her away!
Cao Tian, Su Shui, you'll pay for this. Let go of me! Let go!
Su Shu. These past 8 years, I have wronged you. I have let you suffer, I promise. I will make it up to you 100-fold, to you and our daughter.
I don't want compensation. I just want you to stay by our daughters and my side. That would be more than enough for me.
Are you really Rongrong's mother? That's wonderful! Rongrong finally has a mother.
Little girl, I'm right here.
Old man? Who are you?
Who I am isn't important. You just need to know I'm here to help you.
To help Rongrong. But Rongrong doesn't need any help.
Rongrong. Rongrong. Do you remember your mother?
Mommy! Rongrong remembers everything now. Rongrong missed you so much!
Daxia will face 3 calamities. I have prepared for you 3 secret pouches. At the critical moment, they can save Daxia.
Mommy, mommy, mommy!
Rongrong.
Mommy!
Did you have a nightmare? Don't be scared, Mommy's here with you.
Mommy! Rongrong remembers everything now. Rongrong believed what the bad people said. Rongrong said to Father's face that you were a bad mommy. Rongrong is a bad child.
It's okay. Mommy doesn't blame you. You're not a bad child. As long as you can be happy, Mommy will be happy too.
Mommy! Rongrong had a dream! I dreamed of an old man with a white beard. It was him. He made Rongrong remember everything. He also said Daxia will face 3 calamities. He gave Rongrong 3 secret pouches. He said to use them when Daxia is in crisis to save Daxia.
Good. My Rongrong is the best. So when the time comes, if Daxia is ever in danger, we'll have to rely on my little hero to come to the rescue.
But... where are the pouches?
Rongrong, stop looking. Tomorrow we still have to meet with Father and all the officials. Go to sleep early.
Okay, Mom. You sleep first. Rongrong will sleep after finding the pouches.
All right.
lie to me.
Minister Chen, this humble envoy has brought a divine bird that can speak human language. I present it as a tribute to the Emperor of Daxia.
May Daxia prosper. May your majesty prosper.
Dad, can this silly bird really talk? Hey, silly bird, say something nice about me.
You are not aware, young master. Although this divine bird can speak Chinese, it only understands the Fusang language.
Mr. Deshuan, training such a divine bird is no simple feat. Your visit this time is probably not just to present a tribute, is it?
As expected, nothing escapes Minister Chen. This humble envoy wishes to exchange this divine bird for an island of Daxia. I hope Minister Chen can mediate on my behalf. Once this matter is settled, I will gratefully offer 30,000 taels of gold.
Mr. Dechuan, you are asking me to betray my country and cede territory. This is a difficult matter.
50,000 taels of gold.
50,000 taels.
Master! Master! Master, something terrible has happened. The young mistress has been thrown by His Majesty into the Imperial dungeon.
What? Are you telling the truth?
It's absolutely true. This servant saw it with my own eyes. For the sake of a woman named Su Shui, not only did he imprison the young mistress, he also said he would have her executed by 1,000 cuts.
Su Shui. It's that Su Shu again. Sao Qian? In what way is my sister inferior to a commoner like Su Shui? For the sake of a child. The Emperor actually wants to kill my sister.
So Chen, have you forgotten how during the succession struggle, our Chen family worked so hard to help you?
Father, in my opinion, Zhao Qian's intention is to kill the goose that lays the golden eggs. He wants to wipe us out completely. We can no longer sit here waiting for death.
Mr. Dechuan, I can help you. Come closer. All we need to do is...
Well, Daxia's culture is vast and profound.
Su Shui, after all this time, we're finally together again. Now that you've recovered from your illness, it's time to introduce you to the court as the future empress. What's wrong? Are you feeling unwell? I'll summon the imperial physician.
No. I'm fine. It's just... I come from humble origins. I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid. With me here, no one would dare to bully you.
The Emperor has arrived.
It's time to pay your respects.
This commoner, Su Shui, pays her respects to the Grand Emperor. Pays her respects to the Empress Dowager.
Su, you are a commoner. You may not use the palace salute. This is overstepping.
Yeah. No wonder she's from the countryside. She doesn't know proper etiquette.
Anyone who dares to mock Su Shui again will face my wrath without mercy.
Step forward and let me have a look at you. Your beauty is radiant and peerless, your demeanor serene and graceful. No wonder Qianer is so taken with you. One can see you are a gentle and refined woman.
Your bearing is dignified and pure. with phoenix eyes that command respect yet hold kindness. They naturally exude both authority and compassion. You are truly fit to be a mother to the nation.
Thank you, Grand Emperor. Thank you, Grand Empress Dowager. This humble woman is overwhelmed.
Mother, grandfather, and grandmother are only speaking the truth.
Attendants! Bring forth the prepared rewards. Present them.
A 9-tasseled black jade scepter, a jade armillary sphere, a roll of gold embroidered silk, a bronze inlaid with gold auspicious grain patterned casket, and a golden coffer with a black bird holding a ring. Humble woman Sue, you may now express your gratitude.
Thank you, Grand Emperor. Thank you, Grand Empress Dowager. But these gifts are far too precious. This humble woman cannot accept them.
You, a widow with a child, raised Rongrong all on your own. That is a great service. These things are nothing. I even feel they are too little.
Sushui, this is father and mother's sincere intention. Please accept them.
Thank you, Grand Emperor. Thank you, Grand Empress Dowager.
Your Majesty bestowing such lavish gifts upon a mere village woman. Surely that is inappropriate.
What do you mean, Chancellor?
Forgive this old servant for speaking out of turn, Your Majesty. The Great Xia has always ruled through propriety. All systems of reward and punishment should adhere to the rights. We must not overstep.
Su Shui bore me the first princess. She has raised her to this day. That is a great merit. I do not see it as overstepping.
The Grand Empress Dowager. These bestowed gifts carry hidden meanings. This 9-tasseled black jade scepter, 1 foot 2 inches long, engraved with the 9 provinces and 3 rivers on its back, with 9 black jade tassels hanging from its top, symbolizes the sun of heaven's power and wealth. It is a vessel for heavenly sacrifices. Below the Emperor, it should not be bestowed. Yet now, it is given to a commoner. If this isn't overstepping, what is? This jade armillary sphere, with its golden dipper and white jade stars, when its mechanism turns, the stars shift. It metaphorically represents the 7 virtues of benevolence, wisdom, valor, faith, righteousness, propriety, and knowledge. Throughout history, even the Duke of Zhou never received such an honor. She is but a commoner. How can she bear it? This golden mud and silkworm silk robe holds an even deeper meaning. The golden mud is the ink used by emperors for Fengshan rites. The ice silkworm silk is said to ward off military disaster. This garment implies a dual meaning. It subtly suggests Su Shui has the merit of protecting the crown prince. Only the Empress Mother holds such merit. Your Majesty, do you intend for this Su Shui, a mere commoner, to become the Empress of Great Xia, the mother of our nation?
That old man with the long beard. He's so annoying. Rongrong doesn't like him.
Show these gifts. Can you take them back? Don't let me damage the harmony between you, the ruler, and your ministers.
At least you have some self-awareness.
Chen Xin, don't think I don't know your intentions. You want your daughter, Chen Xin, to be empress. I will not grant it.
You!
Since we're here, I hereby declare today, Su Shui is hereby appointed empress. She shall preside over the inner palace and set the standard for the realm. I hereby decree Su Shui as empress. She shall preside over the inner court and embody its grace.
This is absurd. Since ancient times, what empress hasn't come from a noble family? Su Shui is a mere commoner, a village woman. What qualifications does she have to be the mother of our Daxia?
My mother is not a village woman.
She is neither royalty nor nobility, nor is she the daughter of a scholar official. If she were a merchant's daughter, at least she'd have some standing. She's nothing. If not a village woman, then what is she? My fellow ministers, do you truly wish for a village woman to become the mother of our Daxia? If word of this spreads, our Daxia will become the laughing stock of the world.
Your Majesty, your appointing an empress is no trivial matter. We implore your Majesty to reconsider.
We beg your Majesty to reconsider.
Fine. Are you trying to force my hand?
We beg your Majesty to reconsider.
I am the Emperor of Daxia. I will appoint the one I love as Empress. I do not need your approval. My decision is final. Anyone who disagrees will be executed immediately.
If your Majesty persists in this folly, then I have no need for this official's robe.
Your Majesty, you see, this is the consequence of you forcing Suju's appointment as Empress.
My lord, they are the pillars of Great Xia. Please don't let me come between you.
Father, is Daxia in danger now?
It's nothing serious. They're just some incompetent officials holding their posts. Good riddance if they leave. In my heart, no one is more important than you two.
For the sake of one woman, you oppose all your officials. Daxia truly has a preposterous emperor.
Who are you? I am discussing my own family matters. What business is it of yours?
I am an envoy from Fusang. I am here to present a divine bird as tribute.
What divine bird? I am not interested.
No, your Majesty will be interested.
This bird's feathers are brilliantly colored. Its crest stands tall, so magnificent. It truly deserves the title divine bird.
Not only that, the divine bird I present as tribute can also speak human language.
How truly marvelous. A mere beast. How can it speak human words?
Long live Daxia. Long live the Emperor.
It really can talk.
Long live Daxia. Long live the Emperor.
Wow, a strange bird that talks. How amazing.
The world is truly vast, full of wonders. I never thought Fusing, that tiny speck of a country, would have such a miraculous bird.
Speaking human words is merely an appetizer. This divine bird I present can also prophesy the rise and fall of nations.
Envoy, is that true? This divine bird can predict the fate of a nation?
I stake my life on it.
Your Majesty, you wish to make Su Shui your empress. The ministers are unwilling. This conflict between ruler and subjects will only lead the nation to ruin. Why not ask this divine bird? See if making Su Shui empress is advisable. What do you say?
Very well, then. Then I shall ask you. If I make Su Shui my empress, is it feasible? Envoy from Fusang, didn't you say this divine bird could speak human words? Why does it not answer me?
Your Majesty, although the divine bird can speak our language, it only understands Fusang tongue. I shall convey your question.
Natural disasters will rage, plagues will run rampant, war will break out everywhere, the people will suffer, Daxia will fall.
Your Majesty, you heard it. It's the will of heaven. Make Su Shui the empress. Daxia is on the brink of collapse.
You villain. That's nonsense. My Daxia is prosperous and its people strong. Our armies are powerful. We receive tributes from all nations. How dare you say Daxia is about to fall?
Your Majesty, these are not my words. They are the words of the divine bird.
Your Majesty, the divine bird has delivered a prophecy. You must listen to it.
Your Majesty, Daxia has lasted for 300 years. Do you truly wish to let Daxia be destroyed because of your personal desires?
Since this divine bird of yours only understands the Fusang language. Tonight, you must train it well. When we are in court tomorrow, you only need to ask it about Daxia's rise and fall. It will then answer that Daxia is about to collapse. At that moment, I will stir up emotions, rally the court officials, and force the Emperor to comply, helping you secure the island.
Excellent. Daxia's culture is vast and profound.
Zhao Chen, trying to fight me? You're still too green.
A mere pet. How can we take its words seriously?
Your Majesty, have you ever seen any other animal that can speak human language? The divine bird's words are prophecy.
My Lord Zhao, the state must come first. Do not lose the greater for the lesser.
If your majesty insists on having your own way, then we can only ask the divine bird. If there is any other solution to this.
Then I ask, is there any other way?
There is only one way.
Cede the Ryukyu Islands to Fusang.
What? What? You want me to cede territory?
Your Majesty, I, an envoy from abroad, merely came to present the divine bird as tribute. I have no other intentions. All of this was spoken by the divine bird.
Your Majesty, if you wish to preserve the Daxia dynasty, there are only two ways. Never make Su Shui your empress, or ceding territory. Your Majesty, between these two choices, whichever you pick, I will accept.
Your Majesty, you absolutely must not. Your Majesty, ceding territory is ceding our dignity. You absolutely must not.
Your Majesty, would you really, for the sake of one woman, cede the land our ancestors bled and died for? Is that it?
Fine. Now I see it clearly. You're colluding from within and without, setting a trap for me, making sure I suffer no matter what I choose.
Your Majesty, this is a false accusation. This divine bird, I, your old minister, am seeing it for the first time too. How can you speak of a trap?
Your Majesty, today's events are purely coincidental. What schemes could I, a foreign envoy, possibly have?
Those two must be in cahoots. We just need to question that strange bird and everything will be clear. But that strange bird only understands the Fusang language. No one in the court knows it. What are we to do?
Grandfather Emperor, is Daxia facing a dire crisis now?
Say, if today's matter is not resolved properly, disaster will surely follow.
Yes, finally I can use the silk couch. Ahem. Bad old man liar.
Wrong. This old man did not lie.
Grandfather! Where are you? Go help Father Emperor.
This old man cannot help. You go help instead. This first silk pouch, I bestow upon you the power of unhindered communication.
Can I communicate with the strange bird then?
Is there anyone else who speaks Fusang? I will reward them with 10,000 taels of silver.
No one in the court does. Rest assured, Mr. Dechuan.
Your Majesty, why do you need to find someone who speaks Fusang? Do you not trust this foreign envoy?
The two of you set up this scheme today for no other reason than to force me to cede territory. Do you really think I can't see through it?
Your Majesty, this envoy is wronged. My purpose in coming here was solely to present the divine bird as tribute. This talk of ceding islands all came from the divine bird's own mouth.
Indeed, Your Majesty. The divine bird speaks human language. That alone proves its divinity. You accuse me of conspiring with the envoy, but this divine bird, how could mere mortals like us control it?
Whether it is or isn't, find someone who understands Fusang and ask that strange bird. Then the truth will be clear.
My family has served as officials for generations, rendering great service to Great Xia. Your Majesty, to suspect your old minister so deeply? This breaks my heart. Since Your Majesty does not trust me, then let's get to the bottom of this. Clear my name of this slander. Who here speaks Fusang?
Your Majesty, Minister Chen is devoted to the state. How could he have ulterior motives?
Here in this court, how could there possibly be anyone who can speak Fusang?
I can!
You can? Ha 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 ha. That's the biggest joke I've ever heard. Such an important matter of state is being left to a mere child to fool around with. This is the emperor we serve?
Sir, even though I don't know what Fusang language is, I really can talk to the strange bird.
Little brat, how dare you spout nonsense in the imperial court? This divine bird was discovered in Fusang. It only understands the Fusang language. You don't know Fusang, yet claim you can communicate with the divine bird? Isn't that a farce?
Minister Chen, Rongrong is still young. She doesn't know better and misspoke. Please don't take it to heart.
The child doesn't know any better. And you, as her mother, don't either? What kind of occasion is this? How can we allow you and your daughter to fool around here? Could it be that you two did this on purpose to deliberately disrupt the court?
Rongrong isn't fooling around. What Rongrong said is true.
This humble envoy believes. We might as well let the little princess try. However, if it's discovered that the little princess is lying and boasting, then it would truly be a laughingstock.
Since the princess is so certain, how about making a bet with this old minister?
Bet what?
We'll bet his throne. Let's bet on his throne. If Princess Rongrong is just bluffing, that would prove the Emperor only cares about personal feelings, not the state. Such a person. Doesn't deserve to be the Emperor of Daxia. He should abdicate.
Bet it is! Who's afraid?
Rongrong, this concerns the state. Don't mess around. Come back here.
Mother, Rongrong isn't messing around. Rongrong is telling the truth.
Rongrong, tell your father, can you speak Fusang?
I can.
Good. I promise you.
Zhao, it's bad enough Rongrong is fooling around, but you're joining her?
Don't worry, Rongrong is a good child. She never lies. I believe her. But if the princess is telling the truth?
If what she says is true, I'll give you my head.
Fine, it's a deal. Go ahead, Rongrong. I believe in you.
Zhao Yu shouldn't have indulged Rongrong's whims.
Don't worry.
Sao Chen, I'll be waiting for you to give up the throne.
Magical bird! Did they put you up to this?
Rongrong, you really can speak Fusang?
Of course. Rongrong would never lie.
As expected of my good granddaughter, you haven't disappointed me.
Minister Chen, since Rongrong can speak Fusang, according to our bet, you should hand over your head. Hand it over.
Wait, who can prove that what Princess Rongrong just said was actually Fusang?
What? Are you trying to weasel out of it?
Your Majesty? You need proof. The princess just spouted a bunch of nonsense. The divine bird didn't respond at all. How do we know she wasn't just spouting nonsense?
Grandfather, Rongrong wasn't lying. If you don't believe me, ask this envoy. He definitely understands.
Fusang envoy, answer me. Was Rongrong speaking Fusang?
I never thought the Princess of Daxia could actually speak Fusang. What do we do? But if someone in this hall can speak Fusang, our plan will be exposed. What should we do?
What are you afraid of? In the entire Great Xia, you're the only one who speaks Fusang language. If the plan is exposed, you just deny it to the death. How could you be afraid that someone can expose your past?
This.
Do you still want the island or not?
Your Majesty? What the little princess said, this foreign minister has never heard. It's definitely not Fusang language.
I ask you again. Are you sure it's not Fusang language? If you dare deceive the Emperor, even if you're a foreign minister, I will still kill you without hesitation.
This foreign minister dare not deceive Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, you almost, because of the princess's nonsense, nearly killed an important court minister by mistake. Colleagues, I, as the Prime Minister, the Emperor can find a reason to kill arbitrarily. You all are just as easily killed at will. Such an Emperor is not worth our support. I implore Your Majesty to abdicate and yield to a worthy successor.
We implore Your Majesty to abdicate and yield to a worthy successor.
Wrong. Your father has been badly harmed by you.
That's right. Everything was arranged by Chen Chen and the Fusang envoy. They made me say this.
It's actually true. The divine bird really can talk. Rongrong wasn't lying.
Good bird, good bird.
Chen. Tokugawa, the divine bird has told us the truth. What more do you have to say for yourselves?
Your Majesty, please forgive us. Everything was orchestrated by Minister Chen. I had nothing to do with it.
You despicable little devil, how dare you betray me?
Shut up. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be in this mess. Your Majesty, your subject came here this time, originally to request from Great Xia an island for trade purposes. I was worried it wouldn't succeed, so I sought out Minister Chen. I wanted him to mediate on my behalf. But he seized this opportunity to demand that I impeach Your Majesty. I beg for Your Majesty's mercy. Your Majesty, I was merely a pawn in Minister Chen's game. I beg Your Majesty to see the truth.
Well, what a loyal and patriotic Prime Minister. Today, if not for Rongrong, I'm afraid I, your Emperor, wouldn't even be able to keep my throne. Guards, take Chen away, beat him to death.
You. Zhao Chen, you ungrateful scoundrel. My entire Chen family helped you ascend to the throne, and now you actually, for the sake of some country girl, are killing the goose that laid the golden eggs. You'll die a horrible death. I'll haunt you even as a ghost.
Confiscate all of Chen's assets. Execute his entire clan.
Colleagues, do you see this? This is how he treats his meritorious officials. Zhao Chen, so what if you execute my entire clan? If you have the guts, execute 10 clans.
Fine, I'll grant your wish. Execute 10 of his clans. Take him away.
Wicked Emperor, you'll die a horrible death. I'll haunt you even as a ghost.
If anyone objects, they may join Chen.
Your Majesty is wise.
In that case, I hereby name Su Shui as Empress. Any objections?
All hail the Empress. Long live the Empress.
Spare me, Your Majesty. Spare me, Your Majesty. Please give this foreign envoy another chance.
I gave you a chance. You didn't cherish it. Guards, take the envoy from Fusang. Away. Execute him.
Emperor of Great Xia, I am an envoy. You cannot kill me. Killing me will start a war between our nations. You'll regret this.
That puny little kingdom? I could wipe it out with a snap of my fingers.
Young Master. The Master went to the palace today to impeach His Majesty. Nothing will go wrong, right?
My father prepared for every contingency. How could anything go wrong?
You.
If you're worried, go worry somewhere else. You're getting on my nerves.
Report.
Well, what happened? Why are you back alone? Where's the Master?
Isn't it obvious? It must be that Zhao Qian, that useless emperor, has been deposed. The Grand Emperor is now discussing with my father, the candidate for the new emperor.
No. Not only was His Majesty not deposed, he instead gave the order to execute the Master and his 10 clans.
What? How is that possible? My father prepared for every contingency. How could there be a mistake?
The ministers were all forcing him to abdicate, but who would have thought Princess Rongrong actually speaks Fusang language? The envoy from Fusang brought that stupid bird that only understands Fusang language. After Princess Rongrong interrogated it, that stupid bird confessed everything. The Master had no defense left.
Damn it. That little beggar we picked up, how does she know so much?
Young Master, you must leave now. The Imperial Guards, the Jirishi, are already on their way to raid our mansion. If you don't go now, it'll be too late.
Zhao Qian. First you killed my sister. Then you killed my father. And now you're wiping out my entire Chen family. This grudge, I will avenge it.
Hey, come on, move faster.
At the beginning of life, human nature is good. By nature, we are similar, but through practice, we grow apart.
Rongrong, you need to use your brain when studying. Learning without thinking leads to confusion. Thinking without learning leads to peril.
Learning without thinking leads to confusion. Thinking without learning leads to peril.
Ha 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 ha. My precious granddaughter is so smart.
Don't just make her recite poems all the time. Here, Rongrong, have some pastries.
Learning without thinking leads to confusion. Thinking without learning leads to peril. Learning without thinking leads to confusion. Thinking without learning leads to peril. Greetings, Princess.
Greetings to you too, Uncle Guanyao.
Rongrong, why are you bowing to it?
The Grand Tutor said, as a member of the royal family, one must behave properly and be kind to others. Uncle Guanyao bowed to Rongrong, so Rongrong must return the courtesy.
Our Rongrong is such a good girl.
Rongrong is such a good girl.
Rongrong, it's been so long since I've been this happy.
All these years, it is I who have failed you. I promise, from now on, I will never let you and Rongrong suffer any harm.
Report. Emergency dispatch. About espionage. Make way.
Your Majesty, terrible news. Chen En, descendant of the disgraced official, has led 300,000 rebels and, in collusion with 200,000 Fusang troops, has coordinated from within and without. Within 3 days, they have already captured 15 cities of our Daxia. Now, an army of 500,000 is at the city gates. They are just a river away from the capital.
What? My million-strong army surely cannot be outmatched by his 500,000 rebels?
Your Majesty, your million-strong army is scattered across the border garrisons. Even rushing reinforcements would take over half a month. The 500,000 enemy troops are right by the Wei River. Right now, only the capital's outskirts and the city defense garrison are holding out. A conservative estimate. At most, by this time tomorrow, the enemy will breach the capital.
Your Majesty, the situation is critical. I implore your Majesty to take your family and evacuate the capital.
No, I am the ruler of Daxia. Even if the city falls today, I, the Son of Heaven, will defend the gates. A ruler dies for his kingdom. I will not be the cowardly emperor who abandons his city.
Well said. Zhao, I'll stay with you.
No, you cannot stay. I've already failed you and our daughter for 8 years. I cannot let you suffer anymore.
But...
No buts. Rongrong is still young. She needs her mother. When you leave, remember to take the Imperial Seal. If the capital falls, with the Imperial Seal in hand, you can command the realm. The legacy of Daxia rests with you. Father, Mother, Wanping, there's still time. You should go with Su Shui and flee the capital.
I've lived in the capital most of my life. Now I'm old. I can't travel, and I don't want to.
Ken here. This old man hasn't fallen so low that you need to worry about and take care of me. If they want a fight, then we'll give them one.
Brother, I'm not leaving either.
Father, Rongrong has a plan to repel the enemy.
Rongrong, what's your idea?
Just use this. This was given to me by the immortal elder. He said Daxia still has 3 calamities. As long as we have these 3 silk pouches, we can resolve the crisis. Rongrong was able to talk to Uncle Strange Bird. That was by using 1 silk pouch.
Rongrong.
Mother! Rongrong had a dream. I dreamed of an old man with a white beard. He made Rongrong remember everything. He also said Daxia will face 3 calamities. He gave Rongrong 3 silk pouches. Said therefore when Daxia is in crisis, to save Daxia.
I know you want to help too, but this is a matter of national importance. It's not something to be taken lightly.
Mother, Rongrong isn't fooling around. If you don't believe me, open the silk pouch and see.
That was all a dream. It doesn't count. Chief Steward Cao.
Your servant is here.
I order you. Take Rongrong and leave the city immediately. Go as far away as possible. I entrust both Daxia and Rongrong to you.
Go quickly.
Zhao, I am the Empress of Daxia. How can I flee from battle? And I don't want to be separated from you again, even if it means death. I want to be with you.
In this life, I've wronged you. If there is a next life, I won't be emperor. I just want to be an ordinary couple with you. Live a simple life.
None of you believe Rongrong. Rongrong will prove it to you. Wow.
Isn't this the Emperor of our Daxia? It's been a few days. How did you end up all alone?
Ha! You who have no loyalty to your sovereign or father, a rebel and traitor like you. People will point fingers at you and curse you for the rest of your life.
Enough of your noise. Your Majesty, let's continue. Back then, you sent my sister to the Imperial prison, killed my father and wiped out my entire clan. Did you ever imagine it would come to this? My Chen family has served as officials for generations. My grandfather was a senior minister for 3 dynasties during the struggle for the throne. My father went through great hardships to assist you in ascending the throne. But what did you do? For the sake of a country bumpkin, a mere country bumpkin, you actually exterminated my entire Chen family. She's just a village woman. In what way is she better than my sister?
Perhaps Su Shui's background isn't noble enough. But in my eyes, she is 1,000 times better than your sister. Even if the Empire collapses, and heaven and earth turn upside down, I will still choose only her.
Fine, then I'll do it right in front of you. Kill Su Shui to avenge my sister. Do it.
How dare you?
Who's there?
It's me. It's me.
Eunuch Cow. I entrusted wrong to you. Why is she here?
Your Majesty, I am incompetent. During our escape, the princess needed to use the restroom. I lost sight of her for a moment, and she ran back here. I deserve to die for this.
Father, don't blame Eunuch Tao. I came back on my own.
Wrong. Why did you come back? Don't you know coming back means certain death? You're still so young. Why come back to die?
Mother, I didn't come back to die. I came back to save you.
Save them? I have 500,000 troops surrounding the capital inside and out. You, a snot-nosed little brat. How are you going to save anyone?
With this.
You little runt. You mean with this? This unimpressive hunk of iron? You think this can repel my 500,000 troops?
That's right! The Immortal said, the Gatling fires 3,200 rounds per breath. It'll kill as many as come.
Cao Tian, what am I going to do with you? You really did raise quite a child. Even with death at your door, you're still putting on a show for me. Fine. Since this little brat came back to die on her own today, it saves me the trouble of searching the ends of the earth for her later. Today, I'll finish you all off in one go.
Wrong is just a child. I beg you, spare her. This whole mess started because of me. I'm willing to trade my life for hers.
Trade your life? My 10 clans were wiped out, and you think one life settles it? Your life must be awfully valuable.
Wrong is just a child. How can you bear to kill her?
Why wouldn't I bear to kill her? In a moment, I'll start with her. Guards, kill this little brat.
With the Gatling in hand, 500,000 villains will be taken down. Kill them! Kill them!
Ah.
Is that really our Wrong?
And the weapon in Wrong's hand is so powerful. The rebels are no match for Wrong.
Ha ha ha, Cayenne. Suhika has truly given our royal family a precious treasure.
Excellent, we're saved.
Father! I can't hold on, help me!
Coming.
Little brat. Out of tricks now? She's done for. Charge now.
Ready. Attack!
Villains, you can't escape!
Look.
Ah. Your Majesty, spare me. Your Majesty, have mercy.
Guards, take the rebel leader Chen En away. He will be executed by 1,000 cuts at noon tomorrow.
Your Majesty, no. Your Majesty, Your Majesty.
Wrong, you've truly saved us.
Bow to heaven and earth. Bow to your parents.
Rise.
Please rise.
Exchange bows.
Sushi. I promise you a lifetime together. Just the two of us.
The officials offer their congratulations.
Your Majesties, may you stay together forever. May your union last 100 years. May the wedding bring good fortune.
The last silk pouch. I wonder what's inside. Wow, it's actually